Fire Country's all-new CBS Friday, 9/8 Central, and streaming on Paramount+.
Light snow showers around for tonight, perhaps a light accumulation in some spots by daybreak on Tuesday. Complete weather details coming up at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we hear from those with family in Ukraine about what they're hoping for when it comes to ending the war. Plus, President Trump meets with the president of France as negotiations around that peace deal continues. We'll have the latest. And the Catherine Boniface Civic Center is enjoying some new upgrades thanks to a recent grant. We'll check it out. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Checking out the Marquette area on Tuesday here. Temperatures not as warm as today and yesterday, but still not too bad here. We're looking at temperatures into the mid-30s for Tuesday. Mostly cloudy. A little bit of light snow or flurries are possible. And temperatures holding steady really for many of you. Perhaps getting to near 40 along the Wisconsin border and lower to mid-30s Marquette toward Eagle Harbor. Rest of the forecast coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thanks very much. Today marks 3 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. Many Ukrainians have been killed trying to defend their country, but with the new administration, some Ukrainians are doubtful the war will end on good negotiating terms for Ukraine. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports.
Stand with Ukraine!
On Saturday, Ukrainians and supporters of Ukraine rallied along the National Mall, admiring Ukraine's bravery in defending their country against Russia, while also honoring those who have died during the 3-year invasion.
We must be brave and we must support our country.
We got to stand up and do what's right. How can we sit and do nothing when we see a peaceful people get overrun by a terrorist?
For many that we spoke to, they either have family in Ukraine or fled the war.
I think it's very emotional for them, and they wish they were not here and they have normal, perfect, peaceful life back home.
Ukrainians say the war has caused 3 years of devastation and destruction.
It doesn't matter like where you live and how far you are from a front line. You can feel the war and siren. It doesn't matter where you live in Ukraine.
President Trump is determined to end the war on his watch, but has shut out Ukraine from the negotiating table. Although people we spoke with desperately want an end to the war, they also don't want a bad deal for Ukraine.
Those who ignore history are bound to repeat itself. And so we already saw this happen with Hitler, where people stood by and literally did nothing, and he just kept taking and taking and taking.
It's been like 3 years, right? And so many people died, so many families are broken. I hope this war gonna stop soon, and not with the cost of Ukraine giving their land.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
President Trump met with French President Emmanuel Macron as Russia's war in Ukraine entered a 4th year. And the Trump administration is now telling federal agencies they can ignore a threatening email from Elon Musk. Erica Brown is at the White House with the latest.
I thought it was great.
In the Oval Office, President Trump defended Elon Musk's demand to more than 2 million government employees.
So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working?
In an email, federal workers were directed to list 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week by 11:59 p.m. Monday. Musk said failure to respond would be taken as a resignation. But hours before the deadline on social media, Musk backtracked, saying subject to the discretion of the president, workers will be given another chance to respond. Earlier, the Trump administration told agencies their employees did not have to respond. With confusion growing, Alex Berman with the Internal Revenue Service says morale at his department is abysmal.
This is just another step in the demonization and harassment of employees who have only worked to serve the American people.
A federal judge ruled the White House's ban restricting the Associated Press from some events can continue for now. The ban comes after a dispute with the news organization over their use of the name Gulf of Mexico instead of Gulf of America. At the White House Monday, President Trump hosted French President Emmanuel Macron for high-stakes talks focused on Russia's war with Ukraine. Both leaders expressed optimism that Russia and Ukraine could strike a peace deal soon.
I will be meeting with President Zelensky. In fact, he may come in this week or next week to sign the agreement.
The U.S. is leading negotiations to end the war, but in an interview on Russian television Monday, Russian President Vladimir Putin says he has not, quote, substantively discussed the war yet with the U.S. In a sign of shifting U.S. policy toward Russia, the U.S. opposed a UN resolution that blamed Russia for its invasion of Ukraine.
President Trump reiterated today new tariffs on Mexico and Canada will go into effect on Saturday. New legislation could partially close Michigan's open fields doctrine. The open fields doctrine covers privately owned open fields, forest, or more broadly, the area immediately surrounding the home. The exemption allows certain state officials permission to enter privately owned land without a warrant. The bills would make it so officials like DNR conservation officers will be required to get one with carve-outs for emergency situations. They would also require the officers to wear body cameras.
When you're talking about private lands, if there's a property that you want to go onto and you want to search, that they go out and get a search warrant just like law enforcement does for basically anything else.
The bills are set for a hearing next month in the House Committee on Natural Resources and Tourism. There is more information on our website and mobile news app. Marquette County has chosen a new administrator. In a 3.5-hour county commission meeting tonight, the board interviewed 3 candidates for the position. The commission questioned the candidates for an hour each and finally decided on former Marquette Township Administrator Dennis Limata. He will assume the position after longtime administrator Scott Airbush announced his retirement in January after 14 years. Limata is a graduate of NMU and has always considered Marquette his home.
Marquette County is just truly such a gem, and to have an opportunity to help move that along, help to make sure that Marquette County stays successful, both in the short and long term. What an amazing opportunity, right? What a great job to have, and I know following in the shoes of Scott Urbish, he's done an amazing job for 14 years, so big shoes to fill.
Limata will be leaving his current position as administrator of Grand Blanc Township. The Upper Peninsula Animal Welfare Shelter has started accepting nominations for the 2025 UPAWS Awards. The shelter is honoring community members for their outstanding contributions to animal welfare. There are 4 awards being granted, 2 for animals and 2 for humans. These awards are given to nominees who are committed to their service and support for the shelter and the community, as well as those who have performed a great act of courage or compassion towards another animal or human being.
So this is a way for us to recognize all the amazing volunteers, all the amazing community members, the animal lovers, and the animals in this community.
The winners will be awarded at the Cause for Paws Gala on April 5th in Marquette, also in celebration of UPAWS's 50th anniversary. Nominations for all 4 of these awards can be made on upaws.org. Escanaba's Catherine Boniface Civic Center has gotten some upgrades to improve its operations. The Civic Center has had the same flooring since 1967, but thanks largely to a $20,000 Hannahville 2% grant, the city's recreation department was able to replace all of it. According to the recreation director, bringing the center up to date benefits the long list of programs available to community members and better equips the center for its status as an emergency shelter.
Our after-school program has meals that we provide kids. We give them food to take home. We have laptops people can use. And then we have the Community Action Senior Center. So we have kids in the building. We have the seniors in the building. It goes hand in hand with the amount of traffic that we have in our facility every day.
The Civic Center will now pursue grants to update windows, doors, lighting, and insulation. Tom DeVecchio has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, Pope Francis continues to receive treatment in the hospital for pneumonia in both of his lungs. We'll have the latest on his condition. And with February, known as American Heart Month, we'll tell you about some of the biggest risk factors for heart disease. We'll be right back after this.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Marquette.
And don't forget,
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Choice Privileges makes it easy to earn points and maximize any vacation. You can earn reward nights fast and redeem at over 7,400 hotels. Maximized! Get double points on all stays when you book direct.
Watch 19 News and Weather on YouTube. Just search and subscribe. WZMQ 19 News is always available for streaming 24/7, and it's free. Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Checking out the headlines here. We're looking still mild in the grand scheme of things, even though it won't be quite as warm as we had the past couple days here. A little bit of snow into midweek, but the chances of a little more substantial, albeit wet snow, will be coming in for late in the week, mainly Thursday and into Friday, if that happens at all. So for the kids tomorrow, might be a few flakes of snow, wet flakes in the morning here as temperatures hold close to the freezing mark, and a good of about 50-50 chance. May get a few breaks for the afternoon, but generally just mostly cloudy skies. And temperatures still, again, compared to what we've had, 34, I think we'll take it with some possible sunshine through some of those clouds. The winds are expected to stay mainly out of the light north to northwest here, so that's why it's cooler because of the northerly winds, but it's not that strong, so we're not looking at this big Arctic push like we sometimes get with these systems here. And then it even kind of switches over toward the south on Wednesday. That may actually bump our temperatures back up at least close to 40. So a couple light snow bands tonight, mainly from Lawns toward Houghton. That's where the best chances of maybe seeing perhaps locally up to an inch. Could make things a little slippery on those roads for early tomorrow morning. But other areas, we'll just keep it on the cloudy side. Maybe some breaks, as you can see, as we head toward the mid and late afternoon hours on Tuesday. Clouds thickened up again Tuesday night, and then on Wednesday, here comes the next weather system, probably giving us more of a glancing blow of some snow showers as we head toward the latter part of the week, something that we will watch. But snowfall amounts for that next system, which will come from Wednesday into Thursday, we're looking at maybe up to an inch or two, and maybe some locally higher amounts here as well. And into Friday afternoon, we'll see the weather systems here maybe given a decent amount here just between Marquette and McMillan, just to the west of Munising. Could be some good amounts there. And on the western shores, locally higher amounts. But most of you getting about an inch or two from the weather systems for later this week. Tonight, though, we'll be dropping into the low 30s, some light snow and flurries. Most of you getting a coating to a half inch, maybe an inch in some spots. Early snow, maybe some sunshine breaking out for the afternoon tomorrow, and highs in the mid-30s. Wednesday looking good, could hit 40 degrees. Here comes that snow Thursday into Friday with the potential for perhaps an inch or two for many of you. Be a wetter, kind of heavier snow. Big cool down for the weekend, but this is a quick one. Okay, remember the cool down will come and stay. Well, this one starts Saturday, rebounds a bit on Sunday. And by Monday, we could be back up to near 40 degrees.
Sounds good to me, Tom. Thanks very much. As Pope Francis remains in critical condition in the hospital, the Vatican today said he was improving and was even able to get some work done. Chris Livesay is in Rome with the details.
The Vatican says Pope Francis's condition has slightly improved, and a kidney issue discovered over the weekend is not a cause for concern. Doctors have not yet released a prognosis for the 88-year-old, who is suffering from double pneumonia and has been in the hospital since February 14th.
He hasn't had any further respiratory crises. He has been able to reduce the amount of oxygen flow when he was using the nasal tubes. They've been able to reduce that.
Pope Francis was able to resume some work on Monday inside Rome's Gemelli Hospital, calling the parish of Gaza, something he's done regularly since 2023. Doctors and nurses at the hospital prayed for his health during a mass, while children being treated there made him get well cards. Catholics around the world are keeping the Pope in their prayers as he faces this latest health scare.
You can't help but feel touched by him, and now you just want to feel a way we can, just through prayer, accompany him in his need right now.
The voice of the Pope is so important at the moment. The world is full of hatred, and he's a voice of love.
The Vatican started nighttime prayers for Pope Francis in St. Peter's Square, inviting the public to join with cardinals and other members of the clergy for an evening rosary.
The double pneumonia can be especially dangerous for Pope Francis, considering he had part of his lung removed when he was a young man. February is American Heart Month, and a new survey shows many Americans are unaware of some of the biggest risk factors for heart disease. Michael George shows us how we can all improve our heart health.
A few months ago, 56-year-old Pamela Kays started to feel sick at work. She was sweating, her jaw clenched, and her chest felt tight. As a nurse, she recognized what was happening and told her coworkers.
And so I said, ladies, I'm having a heart attack. And they said, really? I said, oh, yes.
Kays, who has a family history of heart disease, passed out during an EKG.
I was pulseless 3 times. I got compressions. I got defibrillated.
A new Cleveland Clinic survey shows many Americans aren't aware of some risk factors that impact heart health. 40% didn't know using tobacco harms the heart. 62% didn't know air pollution does too. And 90% weren't aware certain supplements and vitamins can affect the heart.
Many of us think about vitamins or supplements over the counter as natural, and some may even consider them preferable alternatives to prescription medications. But research doesn't back that up.
Dr. Ashish Saraju of the Cleveland Clinic says another little-known risk factor is sleep deprivation.
It has this cascading effect on the rest of your lifestyle. It can affect dietary patterns. It can affect exercise patterns. It can be a sign of undiagnosed sleep apnea.
Kays says women need to be just as aware of heart attack warning signs as men.
Women tend to get more subtle signs, like they might feel like they just have the flu. Sometimes people are nauseated and they're just very tired feeling, and they know something's not quite right.
She's grateful she caught the signs in time. She's now recovering and back at work.
The survey also showed many Americans skip taking their prescribed heart medications, which doctors say can be very dangerous. It's the busy season for our own Mike Ludlam, with postseason high school sports now underway. He brings us the highlights between Jeffers and Ishpeming in boys basketball after this.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Toyota has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, like the best-selling RAV4.
When it comes to SUVs, more people count on RAV4.
Year after year, with plenty of room for all your stuff.
Now, during Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season, get 4.99 APR financing on an adventurous new RAV4.
Or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $339 a month, with 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Get yourself Toyota ready. Toyota, let's go places.
The Shunk's Big Winter Sale. I've expanded our selection of American-made reclining furniture. Every one of these reclining groups come with 20 different fabric choices, and you still get the sale price. Recliners? Wow, we have over 200 recliners in stock for you to choose from. Regular recliners, and power lift recliners, and they're all on sale. We have hundreds of chairs to choose from. High-leg recliners to stress-free chairs with matching ottomans. They're all on sale. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Have you heard? Affordable healthcare is better than ever. And right now there are more carriers and plans to choose from. The government's Affordable Care Act is available for individual and family health coverage plans with little to no cost to you. 70% of callers qualify for a zero-cost healthcare coverage. See if you are one of them. This is not Medicaid or Medicare. This is the marketplace with the largest selection of healthcare plans from the Affordable Care Act. Call 800-626-9042.
Download the WZMQ 19 app or visit WZMQ19.com for the latest news and weather. Around the clock and on your schedule. 19 News is all about you. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Good evening, everyone. The Marquette boys downhill ski team is the Division I state champion. Coach Christy Provost saw the Sentinels destroy the field in the slalom. Then they did more than enough in the giant slalom to bring home the big trophy from Nub's Knob. Taking a look at the scores, just 13 points for Marquette in the slalom. Yes, low score wins. And then they did enough to take care of it with 50.5 points. Traverse City West was second. Traverse City Central was third. Individually in the slalom for Marquette, Sam DeLynn, the state champion, with 70.16 points. Connor Henry was second at 72.99 seconds. Brady Audette fourth. Ben Cool sixth. 1-2-4-6. That's 13. That's all you need there. Poor Connor Dunn, nice race, didn't even need a score. DeLynn, by the way, also won the giant slalom, so he's a double state champion today. On the girls' side, Traverse City Central's the state champ, followed by TC West. Marquette, a very strong third. Individually for the Sentinels there, Estelle DeLynn was fifth in the slalom. Lucy Stern was seventh. Ava Stern was 17th. In the giant slalom, Estelle DeLynn was third, and Madeline Croney was 17th. Now, Division II took place at the Highlands of Harbor Springs. Things did not go well in D2 today for the Upper Peninsula. Houghton boys were 6th. Norway girls were 9th. Individually, Logan Holm of Ironwood was 3rd in the boys' giant slalom. Eli Heathman of Houghton was 4th in the boys' slalom. And on the girls' side, Sophia Rusch of Norway was 6th in the slalom. The postseason is underway in high school boys basketball. In Division II, Escanaba defeated Gladstone twice during the regular season, but could the Eskimos sweep the unofficial 3-game series? Early on in this contest, it was all Eskimos. We'll go over the last play of the first quarter. Braden Cooper will pump and then bury the triple. Gladstone had a 20-12 lead at the half, 14 points for Cooper. Then in the final minute of the third quarter, down 8, Gladstone goes to work. Alex Prins for 3, 36-31 Eskimos. Prins for 3 more. That cuts the Eskimos' lead down to 36-34. Owen Giroux, son of Escanaba coach Tom Giroux, yes, for 3 in the fourth. 38-37 Gladstone now in front. And then sophomore Gabe Sadler took over. He will get the ball inside for 2. Nice pass to set up that hoop. That tied the game at 45 with 59 seconds left. Sadler and 1 coming up next. He scored Gladstone's final 11 points, and the Braves pull off the upset 52-47. Gladstone advances to Wednesday, where they will take on the number 1 seed, the Kingsford Flivers. So 52-47 Gladstone. Also in Division II, Kalkaska 20 better than Sault Ste. Marie, 72-52, and Grayling over Kingsley, 57-37. On the Division I side, it was Petoskey 49, Gaylord 31. Marquette will host Petoskey on Wednesday, and Traverse City Central defeated Alpena 78-50. To Division III, where the Jeffers Jets were taking on the Ishpeming Hematites. Second quarter action here, Caden Luma, number 1 on the roster, and number 1 in your hearts for a Hematite fan. The drive, the layup. He had 25 points in the first half. For Jeffers, Landon Larson will drive and hit the layup. He chipped in 13 for the Jets. Again for the green and white, Levi Kinnunen, Landon Larson. Nick Andrews misses the three-point attempt, but nice job by Caden Whitaker to get the score. But the Hematites led 35-22 at the break. Ishpeming coach Paige Yoho on the right, calmly studying the matter. Third quarter, more Caden Luma. Baseline step back, yep, he can do that. Moments later, Caden Whitaker will spot Ryan Wessa open for a layup for the Jets. But Mr. Luma did not miss many shots in the first three quarters. And when he did miss, occasionally he picked up the offensive rebound, padding those stats as well. Luma ended up with 44 big ones. Ishpeming excused Jeffers 68-48. Ishpeming travels to Ironwood on Wednesday. To the board in Division 3. West Iron County had a 6-0 lead before Calumet woke up and finally defeated the Whitecons 39-38. Calumet will be at Westwood on Wednesday. Also in D3, it was Gwynn over Bark River Harris 57-28. The Model Towners get Iron Mountain next. And Tanner Tarakoff had 35 points, went over the 1,000 point mark for his career as Menominee cruised past Manistee. Menominee will take on the Munising Mustangs next. To Division 4. Similar records and good records. Hannahville and Stevenson. Stevenson in the white. The ball's going to go inside the Zach Schwartz. Turns and scores. He missed the free throw after the foul. He had 35 points. Owen Keno had 20. So it was 66-63. Now the next 30 seconds were just a bit confusing. That included a technical foul. Both teams added one free throw. So 67-64 Stevenson. Hannahville could not launch a shot. The Soaring Eagles had to foul Stevenson 3 times before the bonus free throws kicked in. Stevenson added one more free throw and won 68-64. Stevenson faces Forest Park in the district semifinal on Wednesday. To the numbers in D4, North Central over Kearney NATO 63-48. The Jets get Norway next on Wednesday. All these games will be on Wednesday. Big Bay Denok over Mid-Peninsula 61-34. Black Bears take on North Dickinson on Wednesday. Tenoggan falls short. The Waters meet 76-72. The Nimrods will get Wakefield Marinisco. It was Chassell over Dollar Bay 55-39. Chassell will face Dollar Bay next. Lance over Hancock 70-52. The Baraga County battle goods around 3 as Lance takes on Baraga next. It was Maplewood Baptist 69, Engadine 44. The Black Bears get Brimley on Wednesday. And Mackinac City over Mackinac Island 61-47. Mackinac City will get Pickford next. Tuning to girls basketball, how about Jeffers again, this time at Westwood against the Patriots. First quarter, Morgan Schneider ahead to Elisa Doney for the basket. Patriots led 8-6 after 8 minutes. To the second quarter, Taylor Hainanen to Montana Hainanen in the far corner, good for 3. Jets still trailed by a couple points. Then for the red, white, and blue, it's Isabella Marta, the Lexi Olson 4-3. Olson had 15 points. Westwood wins 38-34. Quick numbers here. Gwynn, 4 better than Munising. Ewan Trout Creek, 53-41, taking care of Ironwood. GLIAC basketball, NMU women 90-52 over Roosevelt. Sarah Newcomer with 20. And the men also win 75-68. Dylan Keel, 23 points and 10 rebounds. And we will be right back.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire. While the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, the tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Checking these out on Futurecast, some light snow showers will be falling for much of the night, mainly west of Marquette through Lawrence and Houghton here, where maybe locally up to an inch of additional accumulation possible. Here in Marquette, coating perhaps a half inch through the daybreak hours on Tuesday. Things should break up a bit for the afternoon, and we'll hopefully see a little bit of sunshine there. And temperature's still not bad considering what we've had of late. The next weather system brings decent snow to Wisconsin on Wednesday, and some of that will skirt into the area for Thursday into Friday. And we could see 1 to 3 inches of weather snow from that. So high temperatures tomorrow, lower to mid-30s, and we'll possibly get to 40 on Wednesday. Here comes those wet snow showers Thursday into Friday with, again, a little accumulation. Cold snap, little Arctic hit for Saturday, but by Monday, we're back up into the upper 30s. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. Mike, final thoughts.
A couple more sports to talk about. Boy, it's the busy time of year when we get near March. In competitive cheer, the Upper Peninsula has 2 teams that qualified for the state finals this week in Mount Pleasant. In Division 3, Gladstone was 3rd at its regional, and Norway was 2nd in Division 4. Norway state final is Friday afternoon. Gladstone state final Saturday, both at Central Michigan University. In bowling, the Westwood girls won their regional in Division 3, so they're a state qualifier, along with the Iron Mountain boys in Division 2 and the Ishpeming-Negaunee girls in Division 2 both finished 2nd. Individually, Matt Meyer of Gladstone, your regional champion in D3. Logan Cadeau of Lance in D4 qualified, along with Blake Flaminio of Iron Mountain and Carter Williams of Marquette. On the girls' side, your individual qualifiers are Sarah Harvey of Ishpeming-Negaunee, Anna Salmonen of Ishpeming-Negaunee, and Avery Vyatt of Westwood.
And we'll see you all tomorrow.
Good night.
"19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show. From The Voice, we've got Adam Levine, plus heartthrob Aldous Hodge.
Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Y'all cool down.